What's up, you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video, we are taking a look at Tesla stock options analysis for this week. So, as for the technicals, though, I did the video already this morning, so check that out on my channel. In this video, I'll be focusing on the options data, and I will be providing my opinion, how things are looking like on the options side, and what options are even possible in the price action, and provided things happens in certain way for the earnings. Now, as I always say, options data is only to be taken as where the traders are betting their money. It doesn't mean that price is going to go in that direction or the other direction. Okay, it just means that where the traders are betting their money, it just shows you the sentiment, where the traders are betting their money, nothing more than that. There would be times that the price would go in that direction of where the most of the interest is sitting, either on the call or the put side, but then sometimes you would see it's completely other way around. And so that's why it's not to be taken as this is where the price would go. It only, or the other way, it has to be only taken as this is what the traders are betting, but options don't provide any guarantee that price is going to go one way or the other, okay? So that's just something I want to make very clear. And in this video, we'll do with the technicals, especially as I said, what type of options do I think may come to fruition and what options may just go worthless. A lot depends on earnings as well this week. And again, just because one particular option has a huge high interest doesn't mean that you also have to buy it over there. You can still do your own analysis and see what is the best suited one for you, even with which has a lower open interest. Okay. All right, guys. So with that, let's begin. Once I also let you know that none of this is any financial advice and it's only for education purposes. Okay. So the black line here on my chart, I have just put the data from the Yahoo Finance onto the chart, and the black line is the last closing price. Don't worry about the call 60,000, that's just the label, but this is the black line is the closing price. That was just 147, between 147 and 148. And the red are the puts, green are the calls. So right off the gate, you can see that we have high put option in the money already at 150. And looks like these options are being carried into next week as well, because this is for the expiration of this coming week, right? So yep, we do see a lot of puts. At the same time, because since it's in the money at this point, I don't think it's worth that much going into this particular option, because it's going for $8.54. Again, this will be $854 down payment, because it's the, we have 100 of these, right? So, but in total, I mean, if you exercise these options, but this would be more coming out as, the cost you are paying. And to break even on this, you at least need to have the stock price come, what, 142 almost. So which would be somewhere down here. So it's all about how much you are willing to risk, right? It's about that, nothing, other than that. All right, so let's talk through just first the chart data here. So at the same time, I am seeing there's some. Again, there are no calls of that high degree closer to until 170. Then at 175, there's a outlying spike here of the calls as well. But we'll see. I think it's still quite far away, but that's where the spike is. So at least for now, where the data is, you might see on Monday more options might come in, but right now I'm not seeing any high calls closer to the current price where it is. So you can see it's 140 and 149 is negligible. And then also on the put side, we don't have high spikes on the puts yet as well. So it's from $100 all the way to 145. There is some density, but it's not that a huge of a density. So this could also be, this is, in this week particularly, I'm noticing that there is not much out of the money interest right now. And this could be because of the earnings on Tuesday. Everyone is either waiting for it, at least Monday or Tuesday. And we'll see some differences in the options. And then otherwise, when straddles will start coming in, because usually people would try to trade the volatility having options on both sides. And we'll see if these volumes on the calls or puts rises. But yeah, so far I'm seeing only put is in the money, high open interest, but at this point I don't think it makes sense going into this particular one, because let's analyze this one, okay, which is at this $150. So this is going for $8.54 put. So as I said, times it by 100, because an option contains 100 contracts. And as if you will exercise this fully eventually, but again, you're still risking this amount of money, guys, okay? And so this is your down payment, just take it that way, if you're not going in and out. But again, that's something how you do with your chain and the broker, that's with you and your broker. So now, let's, if we deduct almost $9, let's say commission and everything, 141, so that's pretty much brings you over here. But to make any money on this 140, you need to get price at least at 136. Now the question becomes, is 140, I think, because that's where the median comes, right? Like, no point in going into this this put right now, because this, for it, you have to break even at 141. So let's talk about 145, because 145 might just bring you at 139. So this is at least less of a risk, but it still gives you close amount of the numeric value to break even. So rather than 150, 145 might be a better deal. We will take a look at technicals if it's possible, but for this break even, you would have to have just what? Oops, sorry, I clicked on that. You have to have what? $139, right? So it's very close, just $2 difference, and Tesla makes more moves than just $2 in a day. So let's talk about it. 141 and 139. So as for where Tesla is, guys, as I said, it's fully bearish right now. Again, it depends all on earnings. But until Tuesday, it's a possibility that 139 puts, which is 141 in this case, I'm just taking break even into 145, sorry. I'm just taking break even into account, right? So 139 is a, as we lose 145, I won't be surprised if we eventually come down to this 139 area, which is somewhere here. We are in that direction, okay? So that would only come as if we break below 145. That's where the level is. Now, if we don't break 145 by Monday, then 139 is going to get cooked. This put is not coming, which is 139 is the 145, and I'm just taking this break even into account, okay? Now, question comes, well, guys, I think 150 puts are in the money, and if someone has already had them, they would have already in the money. So I'm not gonna touch on this as if it's, I would not suggest going in here now, because your risk is increasing. Just take a look at out of the money. Because guys, unless you're not doing straddle, like both sides, volatility, playing through earnings is difficult. Even straddle is difficult through the earnings, okay? There's no guarantee if you're gonna get that volatility or not, okay? So that's, again, one of the reasons I like to do shares is for those reasons. Yeah, options, you'll just keep burning money on every time and get lucky 1 or 2 times. But again, it all comes down to technicals as well. So yes, puts are favorable, but guys, they're going too expensive. Let's talk about 125, because it's cheap, right? For break even, you just need what, 123, and your risk is very low. And even 120, your risk is very low on this one. So let's talk about that. So it comes down to, even if we go lower, we have this one channel bottom sitting here, 132. I don't think it's worth these puts down here, 120, because I think that's still far-fetched for this end of the week, okay? Anything closer. So 147 to break even, you need $140. Yeah, it all depends. As I said, the level to watch is that 100, at least for now, the level to watch is 145. If this can happen, sure. Otherwise, no. Again, It all comes down to any put. Even if you play, you gotta see if it breaks 145, the ones which are out of the money. Okay, let's talk about calls. We spent a lot of time on the calls. And yeah, this guys particular week is going to be tricky because we have earnings. So if you can just stay away from options, again, you do whatever you want to do, but this is where your options can get under your skin as well. So on the call side, this is where we have, let's talk about where we had that spike, 175. Is that a possibility? So let's go back to the technicals here. 175, quite high up, guys. Yeah, guys, 100 and, oh, wow. No, guys, not until Tuesday. 175 will only come if Tesla gaps up after earnings, and then it goes higher. I mean, it needs to go through multiple change of structures and resistance. Nah, 175, forget it. I don't, at least not until earnings. Earnings will define quite a lot. What about the other ones, right? The ones which are closer, 148, 149, they're going quite expensive, so you still need to have, quite a lot. To put it simply, guys, for the calls, you would need Tesla to first get above 152, and then anything until 160 is possible. Okay, and but yeah, nothing more than that, at least until Tuesday, because we have a huge resistance sitting at 160 to 164 as well. So because structure is on the downside on Tesla. Okay, what's my opinion, right? So okay, just one thing more. 155, 158 is break even. Yeah, anything 152, let's see. The options are priced in a way that you can't really make that. Yeah, guys, this is, if you just trade with the shares with the stop loss, it's the same thing, 148, and you need 154. Yeah, this call again is better, 148 call, because as if it breaks above this 152, this particular call is going to make money. Your break even is 154 on this. So yeah, but you are risking money, just so you know. It's almost 675. But yeah, this is the one that, at least on one right now, that I can say that looking better call, but nothing more than that. 149 is also can be taken. Yeah, it's pretty much the same delta almost. Even 150 would be just what, 156. Yeah, I mean, these three looks fine to me, 148, 149, 150, but just my opinion. But we still need to break above this confirmed level of 150 range resistance, okay? Okay, guys, so what's my opinion? Well, so I would let the earnings happen. That's what I would do. I mean, I would trade intraday for sure, but on the swing side, I will let earnings happen now and then trade on the new technicals because things would change, okay? So yeah, this could be taken as, if you are doing straddle both ways, you can do your option chain broker might have all those cool tools that you can move things up and down and see where you're gonna break even, and on the straddle delta and everything, you use those tools. But this is just more for the opinion that I'm providing as what the data I'm seeing. So yes, right now data is, again, like, data doesn't have to be clear in all the videos. And this time I have to say, I think it could be due to the earnings that things are a little bit out of whack in the data as well. Like, we are seeing high puts in the money already, but not high puts in the out of the money. And calls, we are seeing 175, which to me doesn't make much sense because technicals are not confirming that right now. So I'm not sure why traders are betting 175 right now, and for whatever reason they're betting, it's their decision. But technically, I'm not seeing those spikes on the calls 175 unless Elon really beats on the earnings. If I would have seen these calls higher than these puts over here, then I would be like, okay, well, it looks like Wall Street knows something about earnings, and that's why, the calls are so high at that level. But now, this one is not something I would take as, oh, there's something that we don't know now. I think let the data come tomorrow as well. I'll talk about it when I do the Tesla video tomorrow, guys. But definitely check out the morning video as well, where I did Tesla's technical analysis, and that will give you a lot more clarity as well. Alright guys, that's all for this video. If you found it helpful and valuable, please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.